Good morning, everyone. Hey, it's Brian here on February 8th, 2020. It is the day after my birthday, and how all of you responded in some way, in some manner, to bless me on my 54th birthday. There's certain times in life where you take and you're kind of taken back by the love and generosity that people dispel your way, that they pass on to you. And yesterday was one of those days for me. I'm not one typically that announces that it's my birthday. In fact, yesterday I didn't announce it. My team members in my office decided they were going to announce it. And they encouraged many of you to respond, and oh, how so many of you did. And I want you to know what an outpouring of love I felt yesterday. And just knowing and hearing from many of you just simply on my birthday. My life and my life's desire is to serve others in whatever way I can. My desire is to touch every one of your lives in some way. The reason I do these videos is because I know each one of us fundamentally have the same desire in this life. Our desire is to have peace. Our desire is to have love. Our desire is to have shelter and care for our families. And our desire is to fundamentally feel cared for by others. And that's what happened to me yesterday. I received phone calls from people I haven't heard from in 15 years. I received a video call from New Zealand yesterday, a friend down in Las Vegas. Many of you across the valley simply typing in, "Happy birthday, Brian, we love you." I just want you to know what a blessing each and every one of you were to me. And how you served me yesterday in such a simple way of just reaching out. I think about the people in our lives that so often that we don't reach out to. It is amazing to me how many funerals I've had the privilege of doing for people, but how often we wait to a time of a funeral before we take the time to tell somebody what's in our heart about that individual. Here's my encouragement to you today. Don't wait till someone's funeral. Who will you serve this afternoon? As you're hearing the sound of my voice, but the heart of Jesus Christ, who will you pick up the phone this afternoon and serve that individual emotionally or spiritually? You can serve them physically, but I'm talking today emotionally and spiritually to let them know how special they are to you. Here's my caution to those of you that may hesitate in this moment to call that individual that God's putting on your heart right now. See, it's not the way that person responds to you, but it's what God is asking you to do to serve them. In Mark chapter 10, verse 45, this is what Jesus said about himself. He said, "For even the Son of Man did not come to be served, but to serve, and to give his life as a ransom for many." I think about that of which a waiter or a waitress, when we go out to eat, and their responsibility for serving each and every one of us. We go out to eat because we want to be served. We want our water filled. We want our coffee filled. We want to order, not have to cook. It is a beautiful thing to be able to go out to eat, but the waiter or the waitress is there to serve you. And in the midst of serving you, no matter what your complaint is, many of us may complain for the fact that I ordered Pepsi and they gave me Coke. Maybe that my steak was too rare when I wanted it medium well. That I didn't receive the right meal and they received. That person serving you is constantly getting bombarded with our complaints. But they still stand in a posture of serving you with a smile upon their face. Serving others is not always easy. But let me tell you something. It is greatly rewarding. So here's what God's asking each one of you today. As each and every one of you served me yesterday, who else will you serve today? Whom will you pick up the phone and call and say, "This is what I want you to know. I want you to know how much I love you, how much I care for you," and choose not to wait until it's too late? Will you do that? Will you take on that challenge that the Holy Spirit is giving you right now. Because I want you to know something. As I can attest to, it feels awfully good.